Tonight you'll wander through lantern-lit streets in old Kyoto, listen to gentle rain upon ancient rooftops, sip warm tea beside a quiet garden, and slowly drift into sleep beneath the glow of hundreds of lanterns. This is Sleep Chapters. Every night begins with a new chapter. Thank you for joining me tonight. If you enjoy sleep stories and peaceful journeys like this one, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. And if tonight's chapter helps you unwind, a quick like really helps the channel. Now get comfortable. Now before we begin our journey, take a moment to get comfortable. There's nowhere you need to be right now. Nothing you need to do. This time is just for you. Take a slow breath in and gently let it go. Again, a slow breath in and an easy breath out. Let your shoulders soften. Let your hands rest. If your jaw is holding any tension, allow it to relax. You don't need to force anything. You don't need to clear your mind. You don't need to fall asleep right away. Just allow yourself to be here. Notice your breathing, slow, easy, steady. The day can wait until tomorrow. For now there is nothing to solve, nothing to remember, nothing to figure out. Imagine the air around you becoming a little cooler, comfortably cool, like stepping outside on a quiet evening. Far away, you hear gentle rain, soft rain, the kind of rain that makes the world feel calm. Somewhere ahead, warm lanterns are beginning to glow. Their light is soft and golden, and beyond them lies an old city, quiet, peaceful, waiting patiently for your arrival. Tonight, we're going to Kyoto. You arrive just as evening is settling over Kyoto. The sky is a deep shade of blue. The rain has only recently begun. It falls softly, steadily, as though it plans to stay for a while. You stand beneath the wooden roof of a small station. The air feels cool against your skin, fresh, comfortable. Ahead of you is a narrow street. Its stones are dark with rain. Warm lanterns glow beside small wooden buildings. Their light spills onto the ground, golden and gentle. For a few moments you simply stand there. You listen. Rain. A bicycle passing somewhere in the distance. And then quiet again. There is something peaceful about arriving in a city at night, especially a city you have never visited before. Everything feels new, but nothing asks anything of you. You do not have a schedule. There is nowhere you need to be. Tonight you can simply wander. You take your first few steps. The stones beneath your feet glisten in the lantern light. Rain taps softly against nearby rooftops. Somewhere ahead, a small stream of water runs beside the street. The houses here seem to belong to another time. Wooden doors, paper lanterns, small windows glowing softly from within. You pass a doorway where a tiny plant sits in a clay pot. Drops of rain gather on its leaves. One drop falls, then another. You smile a little. You are already beginning to slow down. The city seems to encourage it. Nobody is rushing. Nothing feels loud. Even the rain seems unhurried. A lantern sways ever so slightly. Its light moves softly across the stone street. You continue walking. As you turn a corner, the street becomes narrower. The buildings stand a little closer together. The rain sounds warmer here, more sheltered. You can smell wet wood, fresh rain, and something else. Tea. Somewhere nearby, someone is preparing tea. A little farther ahead, you notice a small building. Its windows glow with warm light. A paper lantern hangs beside the door. Rainwater drips gently from the roof. You stop for a moment. The light inside looks inviting, warm, quiet, as though it has been expecting you. Perhaps a cup of tea would be a lovely way to begin the evening. And so, leaving the rain behind for just a little while, you walk toward the softly glowing tea house. You step beneath the wooden roof and gently slide the door open. A small bell gives a soft chime. Warm air immediately greets you. The room is peaceful. Only a few lanterns are lit. Their golden light rests upon wooden tables and shelves. Everything seems to glow softly. A woman behind the counter looks up and offers you a kind smile. She says nothing at first. She simply nods, as though travelers arrive here on rainy evenings all the time. You return the smile. Then you remove your shoes and step inside. The sound of the rain becomes quieter. It is still there. You can hear it beyond the windows, but now it feels distant, gentle, comforting. You take a seat near the window. Outside, the lanterns continue shining along the narrow street. Drops of rain slide slowly down the glass. You watch them for a moment. There is something strangely relaxing about rain from indoors. The world feels softer. The evening feels slower. The room smells of cedar wood and tea. Somewhere nearby, water begins to boil, a soft sound, steady, almost like another kind of rain. The woman returns, carrying a small teapot and a cup. She places them carefully upon the table. Steam rises in slow curls. You wrap your hands around the warm cup. It feels wonderful. The warmth reaches your fingers first, then your hands. Then somehow your shoulders seem to relax as well. Outside, someone walks past carrying an umbrella. For a few moments you watch the lantern light move across the wet street. Then the person disappears around a corner. The city becomes quiet again. You take your first sip of tea. It is warm, simple, comforting. Nothing about it is extraordinary. And yet at this moment it feels exactly right. You take another sip and another. There is no reason to hurry. Tonight seems to have all the time in the world. The steam continues rising from the cup. Rain continues falling outside. Lanterns continue glowing. For a while you simply sit there, listening, breathing, resting. Eventually you notice that the rain has become a little lighter. The woman notices too. She smiles once more and looks toward the window. Then she looks back at you. A beautiful night for walking, she says softly. You look outside again. She is right. Kyoto seems even quieter now, almost as though the city is preparing to show you something. You finish the last sip of tea. Its warmth lingers pleasantly. You thank the woman. She bows gently. Then you step back into the evening. The rain has become a soft mist. Lanterns still glow along the street, and somewhere farther ahead, another narrow road disappears into the golden light. You take a slow breath. Then, with your hands comfortably warm and the scent of tea still in the air, you begin walking once again. You continue along the quiet street. The air feels fresh after the rain. Tiny drops still cling to the edges of the rooftops. Every now and then, one falls softly onto the stones below. The mist has become so light that it seems to float rather than fall. The lanterns glow even brighter now. Perhaps it is because the streets have grown darker, or perhaps it is because your eyes have adjusted to the evening. Either way, their warm light feels welcoming. You turn another corner, then another. The streets seem to wander gently through the old city. There is no need to know exactly where you are. Tonight, getting lost seems perfectly acceptable, perhaps even desirable. You pass a small wooden gate. Behind it lies a tiny garden. A stone lantern stands among carefully shaped shrubs. Everything glistens softly with rain. You continue walking. A narrow stream appears beside the path. Its water moves slowly. Lantern light dances upon its surface. You pause for a moment to watch it. The reflections move gently, gold, blue, gold again. The water carries them away, then brings them back. It almost feels like breathing. You continue on. Some of the houses have their windows open slightly. Warm light spills onto the streets. You hear the faint sound of dishes being washed somewhere inside. In another house, soft laughter drifts into the night. Then the window closes. and once again the city becomes quiet. You realize that Kyoto does not feel asleep. It feels peaceful, as though everyone has simply agreed to move more slowly this evening. A lantern hanging from a doorway sways gently. Its light brushes across the wooden wall beside it. You notice how old the buildings are. The wood is smooth from many years of wind and rain. The stones beneath your feet have likely welcomed thousands of footsteps. Perhaps travelers have walked these same streets for centuries. People carrying umbrellas, people carrying lanterns, people simply wandering on rainy evenings like this one. The thought somehow makes you feel connected to the city, as though you are not a stranger here, only another quiet visitor passing through the evening. You take a deep breath. The air smells faintly of cedar and rain and distant tea. You smile again. Some places seem to ask for photographs, others ask for plans and busy itineraries. But Kyoto tonight seems to ask for only one thing: your attention. Simply this moment, the lanterns, the mist, the soft sound of water, and the gentle pleasure of walking nowhere in particular. Far ahead you notice another light. It does not belong to a house, nor to a shop. It seems to be standing among trees. You slow your steps, the light remains still. Warm and inviting, curious, you continue toward it. And little by little the narrow streets begin giving way to a quiet garden hidden behind an old wooden gate. The old wooden gate stands slightly open. A soft golden light glows somewhere inside. You step closer. The wood is dark from the rain and smooth with age. For a moment, you simply stand there. Then gently, you push the gate open. The garden beyond is small, quiet, beautiful in a simple sort of way. A stone path winds between carefully shaped shrubs. A few lanterns cast warm pools of light onto the ground. Rain still clings to the leaves. Every now and then a drop slips free and falls softly below. The air here feels different, more sheltered, almost secret, as though the city has stepped back and left this place entirely to itself. You walk slowly along the stone path. There is no one else here, only you, the lanterns, and the gentle sounds of the evening. Ahead you notice a small pond. Its surface is perfectly still. The trees above reflect upon the water. So do the lanterns, and the deep blue sky. For a moment, it becomes difficult to tell where the garden ends and its reflection begins. You stop beside the pond. The world seems to have become wonderfully quiet. A cool breeze moves softly through the branches overhead. A few leaves drift gently downward. One lands upon the pond. Small circles spread across the water, then slowly disappear. Everything becomes still once more. You sit upon a smooth stone bench nearby. It is slightly cool from the evening air, and strangely comfortable. You look around the garden. Nothing here appears hurried. The trees have taken many years to grow. The stones have rested here for a very long time. Even the lanterns seem patient, as though they are content to glow softly through the night and ask for nothing more. You take a slow breath, then another. The scent of rain remains in the air. So does the faint smell of wet earth and cedar. You realize you have stopped thinking about the day entirely. It feels very far away now. The emails, the errands, the clocks, the small worries that seemed important a few hours ago, they have all become quiet. For now there is only this garden, this pond, this cool evening, and this simple feeling of being exactly where you are. Somewhere beyond the walls, Kyoto continues, but here time seems to move differently, more slowly, more gently. You sit for another few moments. Then your eyes wander toward the far side of the garden. There, between the trees, you notice something else. A narrow path, stone steps, climbing slowly upward. Lanterns glow beside the first few steps. The path disappears into darkness and bamboo beyond. You do not know where it leads, but something about it feels inviting, as though it has been waiting quietly all evening. You rise from the bench. take one last look at the still pond and begin walking toward the softly lit steps that lead into the bamboo grove above. The first stone step is cool beneath your feet, then another and another. The garden slowly disappears behind you, its lanterns grow softer, its pond fades into the evening. Ahead the bamboo waits quietly, tall, still, peaceful. You continue climbing at an easy pace. There is no need to hurry. The steps are old and worn smooth by time. Perhaps thousands of people have walked this path before you. Some during the day, some beneath the moon, some perhaps on evenings just like this one. The rain has almost stopped now. Only a few drops remain. Every now and then one falls from a bamboo leaf. The sound is soft, barely louder than a whisper. You reach the top of the steps, and there it is, a grove of bamboo stretching quietly into the night. The stalks rise high above you, straight and elegant. Their leaves form a gentle canopy overhead. A cool breeze moves through them, and the bamboo responds with a soft rustling sound. It is unlike the sound of ordinary trees. Lighter, gentler, almost like a quiet conversation. You step onto the narrow path. Lanterns appear here too, not many, only enough to guide your way. Their golden light rests softly upon the ground. The bamboo beyond remains blue and shadowed. The contrast is beautiful. Warm light, cool night, golden lanterns, deep blue leaves. You begin walking. The path curves gently. You cannot see very far ahead, and that feels perfectly all right. Tonight does not need a destination. It only asks you to keep walking, to keep noticing, to keep breathing. The breeze passes through the grove once more. Thousands of leaves answer together. You pause for a moment, listen. The sound is soothing, steady, calm, as though the bamboo itself is breathing. You take another slow breath, and almost without meaning to, you begin matching your breathing to the rhythm of the leaves, in and out. The bamboo rustles softly, in and out, again. The world seems wonderfully simple. You continue along the path. Moonlight occasionally slips between the leaves overhead. Silver patches appear upon the ground, then disappear again. Somewhere nearby, water trickles gently over stones. You cannot see it, but you can hear it. The sound follows you as you walk. At one point, you notice a wooden bench beneath the bamboo. You stop beside it. The bench is empty, and somehow it seems to belong exactly where it is. You sit for a few moments. The breeze moves through the grove again. You look upward. The bamboo sways very slightly, not enough to disturb the stillness, only enough to remind you that everything is alive, everything is moving, even here. Even in this quiet place, you sit a little longer, listening, breathing, resting. Eventually your eyes notice something beyond the bamboo, a soft light. Higher up the hill, warm and steady, you rise from the bench. The path continues toward that light. And somehow you already know what waits there. A temple, quiet, ancient, watching peacefully over the sleeping city below. You take one more slow breath, then continue along the lantern-lit path toward the temple on the hill. The path begins to climb once again. The bamboo slowly grows thinner behind you. The night feels even quieter here. The air is cool and fresh. Every breath seems to settle you a little more. The soft light ahead grows brighter. Step by step you continue upward. Then at last you arrive. A small temple rests upon the hillside. Its wooden beams glow softly beneath hanging lanterns. The roof curves gently toward the night sky. Drops of rain still cling to its edges. The place feels ancient, peaceful, as though it has spent centuries watching the seasons pass. You walk slowly toward the entrance. The stones beneath your feet are smooth. The lanterns cast long, warm shadows. Somewhere nearby, water drips softly from a roof. Nothing else moves. The temple seems to be resting, and somehow you feel invited to do the same. You step beneath the wooden eaves. The scent of cedar surrounds you. The wood carries the faint smell of rain and time. You run your hand lightly along one of the pillars. Its surface is smooth from countless seasons. How many evenings has this temple witnessed? How many storms, how many quiet nights like this one? The thought makes you smile. The world suddenly feels very old and very gentle. You walk a little farther. Then you notice something hanging near the edge of the temple grounds. A bell, not large, simple, still. It rests quietly in the lantern light. You do not ring it. It seems unnecessary. The evening already feels complete. Instead, you simply stand there for a moment, listening. The night has become remarkably calm. No rain, no footsteps. Only the faint movement of air through distant trees. You close your eyes for a few seconds. The cool breeze touches your face. You take a slow breath in and let it go. When you open your eyes again, you notice something beyond the temple. A small stone terrace. You walk toward it, and then you stop. Below you lies Kyoto. The city stretches quietly into the distance. Thousands of tiny lights glow softly beneath the deep blue sky. Here and there, lanterns still shine along narrow streets. The roofs appear silver beneath the moonlight. The entire city seems to breathe slowly. Nothing appears hurried. Nothing seems loud. From this distance, everything feels peaceful. You rest your hands upon the smooth stone railing. The stone is cool beneath your fingers. The breeze is gentle. The lights below shimmer softly. You remain there for a long while, simply looking, simply breathing. There is something comforting about seeing a city from above. You realize that every little light belongs to someone. Someone reading, someone drinking tea, someone finishing a conversation, someone already asleep. And perhaps someone else, somewhere below, is also looking out at the night. For a few moments, you feel connected to all of them, not because you know them, but because everyone, in their own way, seeks the same quiet things: rest, warmth, peace. You take another slow breath. The temple remains still behind you. The city glows softly below. The moon hangs above everything. And for a little while longer, you simply stand there, peacefully watching the lanterns of Kyoto shine in the night. After a while, you leave the stone terrace and continue walking along the edge of the temple grounds. The lanterns here are few, only enough to gently guide the way. The moon now shines clearly overhead. The rain has completely passed. The night feels fresh and clean, as though the city itself has taken a long, slow breath. You follow a narrow stone path that curves around the temple. To one side, the hillside descends toward Kyoto. To the other, tall trees stand quietly in the darkness. The leaves move softly in the breeze. You notice how different everything sounds now. Earlier there was rain, dripping water, the soft rustling of umbrellas. Now there is mostly silence, and the silence feels kind. You continue walking. Ahead, you notice several stone lanterns placed along the path. Each one glows softly from within. Their light is warm and steady, as though they have been shining here for a very long time. You pause beside one of them. The stone is cool. Tiny drops of water still rest upon its surface. The lantern does not seem bright, and yet in the darkness it feels more than enough. You look back toward the city. Lights stretch in every direction. Some shine brightly, others appear faint and distant. Together they resemble a field of stars. Only these stars rest upon the earth. You find yourself smiling. Perhaps every city becomes beautiful at night, when the noise grows quiet, when the rush of the day finally slows, when all that remains are lights in the darkness and the gentle feeling that people are resting. You continue along the path. Soon you come upon another small bench. This one faces the city below. You sit down. The wood feels cool but comfortable. You settle your hands in your lap, and once again you simply look. The The night asks nothing from you. There are no decisions to make. No places you need to reach, no plans waiting to be completed. Only this bench, this hillside, this quiet city glowing beneath the moon. A faint breeze brushes past. You breathe in slowly. The air smells of cedar and damp earth. Then you breathe out. Everything feels calm. You begin to notice small details. A lantern flickering softly somewhere below. A narrow street turning between old buildings, a temple roof catching the moonlight, a single window still glowing warmly in the distance. Little things, simple things, things that might go unnoticed during the day. And yet tonight, they seem enough, perhaps more than enough. You remain there for a long while. Time becomes difficult to measure. Minutes seem to stretch and soften. The evening feels endless in the most comforting way. At some point you realize that your breathing has become very slow, very easy. You feel completely at rest. The city below continues shining. The lantern beside the bench glows softly. The breeze moves gently through the trees. Everything seems exactly as it should be. Eventually you lift your eyes toward the moon. It hangs peacefully above Kyoto, bright, still, patient. You look at it for another moment, then you return your gaze to the sleeping city below, and little by little you begin to feel wonderfully sleepy. You remain on the bench for a little while longer. There is no reason to move, no reason to hurry. The night seems perfectly content to let you rest. The city below continues glowing softly. The lantern beside you burns with a small, steady light. The trees behind you whisper gently in the breeze. Everything feels calm. Everything feels safe. You take another slow breath. The cool night air fills your lungs, then leaves again slowly and easily. Your shoulders feel relaxed. Your hands are still. Your breathing is soft and steady. For a few moments you simply listen. The breeze, the leaves, the distant quiet of the city. Then even those sounds seem to grow softer, as though Kyoto itself is settling down for the night. You look once more at the lights below. They seem fewer now, or perhaps your eyes have become heavier. Some windows have gone dark. Some lanterns have been extinguished. The city appears sleepier than before, and somehow, so do you. You smile gently to yourself. What a lovely evening it has been. A rainy arrival, a warm cup of tea, lantern-lit streets, a hidden garden, a quiet bamboo grove, and now, this peaceful view above the sleeping city. You don't feel as though you visited Kyoto. You feel as though the city welcomed you, as though it slowly unfolded before you, one quiet moment at a time, a place asking for nothing, offering only calm, only stillness, only rest. The moon hangs high above the rooftops. Its light seems softer now. The breeze has become lighter too. The leaves hardly move at all. The lantern beside the bench glows steadily, patiently, as though it could remain there all night. Perhaps it will. Perhaps the bench will remain too, and the temple, and the stone paths, and the bamboo grove below. Perhaps, somewhere in the distance, the woman in the tea house is preparing one last cup of tea before closing for the evening. Perhaps another traveler is walking quietly through the lantern-lit streets, or perhaps everyone is already asleep. The thought feels comforting. You take another slow breath, then let it go. The city remains below, the moon remains above, and for a little while longer, you simply rest. Nothing to plan, nothing to remember, nothing to do. Only this quiet bench overlooking Kyoto, only this cool night air, only this peaceful feeling of being exactly where you are. Eventually your eyes grow heavier still. The lights below become softer. The edges of the rooftops become gentler. Everything seems wrapped in a calm blue glow. The evening has become wonderfully quiet. And so have you. You sit peacefully beneath the moon, breathing slowly, listening to the soft movement of leaves, feeling completely at ease. as though the night itself is keeping watch, as though the lantern beside you has promised to remain here until morning, as though Kyoto is perfectly happy for you to stay here a little longer, resting, breathing, growing sleepier with each passing moment. The lantern still glows softly across the sleeping city. The temple remains quiet behind you. The moon watches peacefully overhead. Kyoto asks nothing of you. It simply remains, patiently, quietly, as though it has all the time in the world. This was Sleep Chapters. Every night begins with a new chapter, and for tonight, you can simply rest. Sleep well.